Welcome all the viewers for today's Nithyananda Yoga live session. We'll be starting our session now with the Sadguru Vandana. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Navami. Now we'll be chanting the Shiva Mula mantra. Request all the viewers and participants to please chant the Shiva Mula mantra internally, and we'll be chanting it out loud such that it will be easy for you all to follow along. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 And now we'll be doing the Tattvachamanam, which is the ritualistic cleansing. Please take your Uddharini and spoon, the traditional cup and spoon, in your hands, and keep your hands in the Gokarna Mudra, bending the index finger and cupping the palms. Take a Uddharini of water in the center of the palm and sip as we say the word Swada. Om Atma Tattvam Shodayami Swada. Om Vidya Tattvam Shodayami Swada. Om Shiva Tattvam Shodayami Swada. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Now, requesting all of you to please wash your hands. And with the bottom of your thumb, we're going to be wiping the lips. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Now, please wash your hands. With the tip of your middle finger, little finger, and ring finger joined together, that's above your upper lip and below your lower lip, wash your hands. With the tip of the index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tip of the ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear, left ear. Wash your hands. With the tip of the little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, right chest, left chest. And with all the fingers joined together, touch above your head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and your heart center. So before we begin today's Nithyananda Yoga session, a quick reminder that all the teachings and practices in today's Nithyananda Yoga session are for general wellness and educational purposes only. They are not to be taken for or used as a replacement for any medical advice. If you have any medical conditions, issues, diseases, injuries, or illness, or if you are pregnant, please consult your medical health professional before participating and follow their advice. Sincere request that you please be in listening with your body and stay within your limits and capacities to avoid any injury. And if at any point you feel discomfort, dizzy, ill, or uneasy, immediately stop and rest. So today we're now going to be entering into our yoga session. So today we are going to be entering into the fourth part of the Nithyananda Yoga, which is the Chaturtha Vinyasa Krama. We are going to be doing part 1 of the Chaturtha Vinyasa Krama. We're now going to be doing part 1 of the Chaturtha Vinyasa Krama. So the first asana of the Chaturtha Vinyasa Krama, which is going to be from 600 to 700, is Kecharasana. In Kecharasana, you will be seated comfortably in the Padmasana position with your spine tall and shoulders relaxed. Now rest both your hands on top of the knees. You will be engaging in the Kechari Mudra, where you will be turning the tongue gently back and upward into the hollow of your mouth, doing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, which is inhale deeply and hold your breath, while withdrawing the senses, bring your attention towards inwards and hold as long as you're comfortable and exhale slowly and repeat this. This is Pratyahara Kumbhaka, which we will be doing throughout the sequence. So you should be following along the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Doing the Mahamudra Bandha, where you will be contracting the perineum floor and sucking in your abdomen towards the spine and engaging in the Jalandhara Bandha, where you'll be tucking in the chin towards your chest. So doing the Mahamudra Bandha, gazing towards your nose, throughout the sequence we'll be chanting the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, rotating clockwise at the throat center, inward, inside. Visualize your awareness lifting from the body into the vast expanse of inner sky in Kecharasana. Kecharasanam nama padmasanatas jivayatalum samsprishini. The next asana we are going to be doing is Agrasanam. In Agrasanam, start seated comfortably in the same position with spine tall. We will be now engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra. We are going to relax the Kechari Mudra and engage in Shambhavi Mudra. Keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within, continuing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, engaging in the Udhyana Bandha. You can now relax the Jalandhara Bandha, continue to hold the Mula Bandha and Udhyana Bandha, where you will be drawing the abdomen inward toward the spine. Gaze towards your third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, rotating continuously in the throat center. Visualize your body as a sacred vessel, spine as a radiant mala of 108 luminous beads in Agrasana. Agrasanam cha pratamam Parshvaswadasanam apyadam. Now we're going to be entering into the next asana. Naradalaya Mudra. In this asana, you're going to be continuing to sit in Padmasana with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Rest each hand gently on the knee of the same side. Right hand on top of the right knee and the left hand on the left knee. Engaging in the Kechari Mudra Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Moola Bandha. Now you can relax the Udhyana Bandha, only Moola Bandha, gazing straight. Visualize the flame of consciousness glowing steadily within in Narada Laya Mudra. रेचकतर कमेन कुंभक जो मुद्राने में केचरवादिपोम. The next asana is Humkarasana. In Humkarasana, you'll be continuing to sit in the Padmasana position with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Now extend your hands holding on against your oblige with the thumbs behind and your fingers in the front. We'll be engaging in the Hum Chankara Mudra. In this, you are going to be placing both your hands upon the sides with the thumbs turned downwards, extended, and hold the abdomen long, chanting the japa Hum, making the sound of a hummingbird in Humkarasana, doing the Tatyahara Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Visualize a luminous blue vibration of light energy glowing at your navel in Humkarasana. Guhavayum nadya madhya akashtum upayah. Now, Vairochanasana. In Vairochanasana, continuing to do the Mulabandha Kechari Mudra and Pratyahara Kumbhaka, continuing to chant Humkara Japa. Visualize yourself keeping your hands and legs in Padmasana in the same position. Just visualize yourself seated at the radiant Vairochana, the all-illuminating presence at the center of the Dharma wheel, the Dharma Chakra, in rhythmic breath without strain. Engaging in the Mahamudra Bandha, where you'll be contracting the pelvic floor, tucking in the chin, and drawing the abdomen towards inward and up. Gazing towards your nose, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, rotating clockwise in the throat center. Visualize resting in wisdom seat, grounded at your core in Jnana Mudrasana. Janubhyamado bhumo sthapya hridi chinmudram dharayan. Next, we will be doing the Kaya Kamaga Asana. In this, you will be tucking in your toes and lifting yourself up. Feet slightly wider than the hip width and your toes turn slightly outward. Bend your knee deeply to lower your hip inward towards the ground until your thighs are close to your calves. You'll be keeping your legs wide and on the ground until your thighs are coming to the calf. Sitting straight, engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra. Now you're going to be keeping your palms together at your chest for balance. Doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize prana flowing freely through your legs, clearing tightness and dissolving stiffness in Kaya Yamagasana. மேலே உயர்த்தி கீழே இறக்கி நாளைக்கு 7 சுரு சுரு. Now we are going to do the Utkatasana Dve. In Utkatasana Dve, begin standing with your feet hip width apart, then bend your knees and lower your hip into a chair-like position, lifting your heels off the ground, maintaining your balance with your weight resting on the ankles, with your hands resting on the knees. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka. Inhale through the nose and exhale evenly. Engaging in the Moola Bandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize the fierce form of Lord Shiva, Lord Rudra in Utkatasana Dve. Pradushtambyabhastabhyam dharam gulpochakhe ghatau. And now we are going to do Vakrasana. In Vakrasana, we are going to start from a standing position. Now keep your feet shoulder width apart and sit into a squat position, keeping your thighs parallel to the ground with feet remaining in the same position. You're going to be doing a squat position. Engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, the next Kumbhaka we're going to be engaging is the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. In the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, slightly contract the throat center and draw the breath slowly through your nostrils, making the sound of an ocean in your throat. Engaging in the Moola Bandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize sinking into the static squat at energy twist from the upper body through the hips. In this asana, your knees are going to be together. Vakrasana. Vakrasana. Now you can bend nicely and get into a seated position with your knees towards your chest. Place your hands on the knees with your elbows pointing out. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within Ujjayi Kumbhaka, making the ocean-like sound in your throat center. Moola Bandha. Envision prana flowing upward through your core, energizing and opening your Anahata Chakra in Pitasana. Pitam Ardrasindam Vam Sarvato Bhadram Evacha. Now, from the same seated position, just keep your hands on the ground and lift your back straight up, keeping your legs straight. Entering into Bhumi Padangushthasana, where your hands will be on the ground, your feet will be on the ground flat, and your back will be facing upwards. In continuing to engage in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Moola Bandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize prana flowing freely through your legs, clearing tightness and dissolving stiffness in Bhumi Padangushthasana. करद्वयतालं भूमौ पुत्रकारेण धारयेत्. Now you can stand up straight, tall. Hold on to your opposite wrists with one hand behind your back, holding on to your opposite wrist like this, and arc your back, opening the chest upward towards the sky. Engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Your gaze is going to be upwards. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize a luminous spiral of coiled energy at your spine's base in Kundaliyasana. Kundaliyasana. Now again we're going to be bending forward, holding on to our feet with our hands in Pada Hastasana. Our Legs are going to be held by our hands, keeping your legs straight as much as possible. The focus over here is to hold on to your legs. So if you're not able to reach still, but keep your back straight, you can also bend slightly your knees if you are not yet able to reach that. But you need to keep your legs straight and hold on to your hands. Hold your hands onto the feet. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open, steady and gazing outward while awareness is inside. Ujjayi Kumbhaka, making the ocean-like sound with your throat contracted as you inhale. Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize your spine elongating as you fold forward, releasing tension through your neck and back in Padahastasana. पादहस्तासनं नाम पादौ हस्ताभ्यां स्पृशेद् यदा. The next asana we're going to be doing is the Swana Prasaranasana, Purvanga. In this asana, you're going to be getting into the Gajasana position with your palms flat on the ground, with your legs placed a little bit away from your body, full feet going to be kept flat on the ground. Your entire body is going to be facing upward, continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha. In this asana, you're going to be shifting forward to bring your shoulder beyond your wrist. As you lift your head and chest, engage your core and support the movement. Hands firmly placed on the ground for stability. You're going to be moving your body in this dog stretch pose preliminary. Continuing to engage in the Mula Bandha. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, rotating clockwise at the throat center. Visualize yourself as a keen, alert dog, poised with vibrant energy and ready to spring in Shwana Prasaranasana. Skandorastam purastat prasarya vaktraita pare prerayet. Now from the same Gajasana position, you are going to bring one foot forward, the right foot forward, or you can bring your left foot forward, whichever you wanted to start with. And now you can bend yourself towards the right knees forward, holding on to your hands from behind, bending the hands nicely, giving a stretch. You can keep your chest on top of your entire thigh and give yourself a nice stretch for your back. Doing the Pasha Hasta Mudra, where you'll be placing the palm upon palm and interlacing the fingers together. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing downwards. Envision prana flowing through your arms and chest in Angushta Mushtikasana. Kadambasanamittyahuhu Gorakshasanameva cha Angushtamushtikam Nyayam Brahma Prasaditam Tatha. Now, with your legs in the same position, just bend your knees to a 90-degree angle, the left knee to a 90-degree angle, keeping your hands on your hips with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, continuing to do keeping your hands placed nicely on the thigh, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing straight in front of you. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, envision prana flowing steadily through the legs and core in Tridastamba Dhirohanasana. Urusandidharanam cha tato prerasanam param. Now you're going to be kicking off the right foot from the floor and balancing only on your left foot as your entire body is parallel towards the ground as you keep your hands in the Anjali Mudra stretched in front above your head with your head parallel to the ground. Doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Jalandhara Bandha, tucking the chin towards your chest, gazing downwards. Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa. Visualize one leg arcing behind your head, embodying karmic knots, ancient samskaras dissolving into boundless freedom in Ekapadasana. Siddham Padmam Tatha Simham Bhadram Vajram Cha Muktakam. Now, the Ardha Chandrasana, Chandrakantasana. In Chandrakantasana, you're going to be in the same position, but you're going to arc your entire body such that your body will be in the shape of a moon, half moon, in a deep lunge with your front knee stacked over your ankle and your back knee resting on the mat. Keeping your hands in the Anjali Mudra, continuing to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka where you'll be contracting your throat and making the ocean sound as you inhale, doing the Mula Bandha, gazing upward. Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa. Visualize cool moonlight rising through your spine in Chandrakanthasana. अर्धनारीश्वरं चैते बकासनधरावहे चन्द्रकान्तसुधा सारं व्याघ्रासनं इतः परम्. Now, keep your left hand towards your left knee, in front of your left knee, keeping your hands. And your hands are, your right hand is going to continue to rest on top of your knees in Ardha Chandrasana. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha, your gaze is going to be towards your left side, looking upwards. Visualize your whole body as a clear, radiant crescent moon. See the curve of the moon of your own shape in Ardha Chandrasana. Purake padadvayam prasarya hastadvayam vyomini nidhaya. In the same position, with your hands in the same position, your leg in the same position, just your right hand is going to come from above and straight parallel to the ground from above you. In Ardha Chandrasana Purvanga, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, you'll be engaging in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, doing the Mula Bandha in the same drishti where you'll be gazing upward towards your side, looking towards the right side, doing the Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa. Visualize your whole form as a clear radiant crescent moon. See the curve of the moon as your own shape of the body as you do this asana. Hastau Vama Dakshinau Yugapat Patayet. Now you can bring both your legs to a standing position with your feet placed hip width apart, and place your hands just above your knees and bend forward slightly while keeping your spine long and your body steady. Press your palms firmly onto your thighs for stability. In Gajasana Dve, visualize yourself as a mighty elephant, steady and grounded in unwavering strength. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing downward. Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa, rotating constantly in your throat center. Janmor Urdhvakarau Sthapya Stiradeho Bhave Dridham. Now you can bring your foot together and hands together in the Anjali Mudra. Stretch straight, keeping your legs together, hands together, and just elongate your entire body. Place your arms straight above you, your head, feeling the stretch in your entire body as you lift your hands. Doing the Anjali Mudra on top of your head, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mulabandha, facing straight. Continuing to chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your throat center, visualize embodying Nachiketa's unique qualities. Raise a sharp, dissonant, piercing illusion in Nachiketasana. Nachiketa Asana. Now, you nicely feel the stretch as you bend forward, keeping your hands on the ground. Feet wider. Start with standing with your feet wider than your hip and bend your knees. Hinge forward to place both your hands on the ground under your shoulder. Keep your spine long and your hips slightly higher than the knees. Place palms firmly for stability. Avoid locking your knees or rounding your back, and then press through the legs and lift your torso to return to a standing position. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Doing the Varahasana Trili. करतलौ भूमौ संस्थाप्य पादाग्रं भूमजान्तरे. Now we'll be repeating these set of asanas on the other side. Angushta Mushtikasana on the other side, where you'll be now doing it on the right side, keeping both your legs apart, placing your entire chest on top of the right thigh as you hold yourself in a Pashahasta Mudra, where you'll be interlacing your hands together behind you, bending nicely, feeling the stretch in your arms, in your upper back, lower back. As you do this asana, your head is going to be towards the ground. Continuing to engage in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gazing downward. Visualize prana flowing through your arms and chest, energizing and cleansing in Angushta Mushtikasana. Kadambasanamityahu Gorakshasanameva cha Angushtamushtikam Nyayam Brahmaprasaditam tatha. Now, your right leg is going to bend into a 90-degree angle as your hands come and rest on top of your thighs. Your head, neck and spine in a straight line. The left leg is going to be placed such that it's going to be kept in an angle on the floor, flat on the floor, your back straight, and your left leg is going to be straight. Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, gaze straight. Envision prana flowing steadily through your legs and core, awakening the inner vitality in Tridastambha Dhirohanasana. Uru Sandhidharanam cha Tator Preranam Param. Now kick your left leg off the ground as you balance only on your right leg with your entire body parallel to the ground. Your hands placed above your head in the Anjali Mudra, continuing to engage in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, where you're contracting your throat and making the ocean-like sound. Doing the Jalandhara Bandha, where your chin is going to be tucked towards the chest, gazing downwards towards the floor. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa in your inner space. Visualize one leg arcing behind your head, embodying the karmic knots, ancient samskaras dissolving into boundless freedom in Ekapadasana. Siddham Padmam Tatha Simham Bhadram Vajram Cha Muktakam. Now nicely arc. Your toes are going to be tucked towards the ground. You're going to be doing it on the right side, where your left toe is going to be tucked towards the ground. Nicely arc your back. Feel the stretch as you look upwards, and your hands in Anjali Mudra stretching behind you. Only your knees are going to slightly touch the mat, while your legs are going to be tucked. You're going to keep your back legs straight, keeping your front leg in a 90-degree angle. Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mulabandha, gazing upward. Visualize cool moonlight rising through your spine in Chandrakanthasana. Continue to feel the stretch. Ardhanarishwaram chaite bakasanam dharayet. Now you can straighten the leg, doing Ardha Chandrasana Parshvantare. In Ardha Chandrasana Parshvantare, you're going to keep your right hand towards the hip, while your left hand towards the hip, while your right hand is placed firmly on the ground next to your ankle. As you continue to keep your hands to your left hand towards the hip, nicely feel the stretch. Your entire body is going to open up and look outward. You're not going to be facing your body parallelly to the ground. It's going to be opening up towards the side and doing the Shambhavi Mudra, where your eyes are open and steady, gazing outward while awareness is deeply within. Ujjayi Kumbhaka, engaging in the Moola Bandha, gazing towards the side upwards, and Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa rotating clockwise at the throat center. Visualize your side body forming a tangible crescent moon in Ardha Chandrasana. पूरके पादद्वयं प्रसार्य हस्तद्वयं व्योमिनी निधाय. And now, in the same position with your hands on the floor, with your legs straight, you're just going to bring your hands straight above you. Nicely feel the stretch towards this entire side. Your gaze is going to be Parshva Drishti, meaning when you're nicely bending, you're just going to look upwards towards the side, engaging in the Moola Bandha, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, making the ocean-like sound in your throat center. Visualize your side body extended, fully creating a crescent shape of light and shape in Ardha Chandrasana Purvanga. Hastau Vama Dakshinau Yugapatpatayet Dakshina Parshve Nimitva Vyayamam Tatah Purvavame Kuryat. Now you can bring both your feet together onto the place firmly onto the ground as you lift your hands in the Anjali Mudra. Stretching your entire body, nicely lift your hand. Doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, inhale through your nose and exhale, evenly maintaining rhythmic breath without strain. Engaging in the Uddiyana Bandha, so you'll also feel more stretch. Nicely lift your spine up. Engaging in the Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the abdomen inward. Gaze upward, shift your gaze upward, looking up. Visualize yourself as a towering mountain, standing tall and immovable in Parvatasana 3. पर्वताकारम् उत्थाप्य शरीरं यत् प्रतिष्ठति पर्वतासनमित्युक्तं सर्वव्याधिविनाशनम्. Now we are going to do this Swana Prasaranasana Uttaranga, coming back to the position of Gajasana. Now press yourself up and shift forward, shift towards your hands, beyond your wrists. As you lift your head and chest, engage your core to support the movement. Place your hands firmly for stability. You're going to look forward in front of you. Nicely push yourself, your entire body forward. Engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, Gazing straight in front of you, chanting Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa in your inner space. Visualize yourself as a keen, alert dog poised with vibrant energy and ready to spring in Shwana Prasharanasana. Janupure karati nidhaya deham unnamayam parayet. Now, bring your entire body forward towards the ground. In the same position, just bring your entire body towards the ground. Nicely arc your back, feeling the stretch in your back. Doing the Bhujangani Mudra, where you'll be breathing in with open mouth, wide open. Doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, inhale through the nose and exhale evenly. Moola Bandha, gazing upward, visualize yourself as a poised cobra, lifting your chest with alertness and grace in Bhujangasana Dve. Sthiram dhritva samarpya kapolam cha padmapi vakshaf pumsam vicharitam kumbhakam kritanam sushtitam. Now again lift your hip up towards the sky, going back into the Gajasana position. Nicely bring your chest inside. Your heels are going to be flat on the ground. Nicely feel the stretch in your shin. Doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Gazing downwards, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a keen alert dog poised with vibrant energy and ready to spring in Shwana Prasaranasana. सर्पक्रियायान् संसृष्ट्य दृढम् उत्क्षिप्य विशेत्. Now you can slowly bring your knees towards your hip. Sit in a deep squat position on your toes with knees wide apart. Place your hands flat on the ground in front of you for support. Slowly lean forward, shifting and dispensing your body's weight onto all the four your hands and your toes. Nicely feel the stretch in your body. Doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Continuing to chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your throat center. Visualize yourself as Achala, the unshakable eternal presence at the creation core. Embody immovable steadiness amid chaos in Achalasana. Achalasana. Now you're going to continue to keep your right. Now you're going to be sitting in the same position, lifting both of your toes off the ground, balancing only on your hands, doing the Vaishnavi Mudra, where you'll be holding the outer vision steady without blinking, while your entire awareness remains inward observed. Doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, inhale through the nose and exhale, evenly maintaining rhythmic breath without strain. Doing the Moola Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upward without tension. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a powerful vulture. Feel your acidic core that cleanses and transforms all impurities in Gridrasana Uttaranga. हस्तदृढं भूमौ नीत्वा कक्षयोर्जानुनी निपीड्य लङ्घयेत् घृदासनं भवति. Now we're going to do the Ekapada Kutkutasana. You're going to keep your legs in the same position, only your right leg is going to be firmly placed towards the elbows. Nicely place your right leg towards the elbows while you stretch your left leg straight behind you. Find the balance such that your entire weight goes towards your Your entire weight goes towards your right elbow while you lift the back leg off the ground, keeping it straight behind you. We are going to continue to engage in the Samavritti Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Mula Bandha. When you engage in the Mula Bandha and put your weight such that it comes on top of the hand in which your knee is resting, you'll be able to lift off your leg behind in a more easier manner. Visualize yourself as a proud rooster radiant with vibrant comb and feathers in Ekapada Kukkutam. पञ्चचूलीकुक्कुटं च एकपादं च कुक्कुटम् आकरितं बन्धचूली पार्श्वकुक्कुटमेव च. Now stretch your legs such that you are able to twist your body. So your left leg is going to come, left knee is going to come on top of your right elbow, and your right knee is going to be stacked over. You're going to lift off the ground in this position, keeping your legs split apart, wide apart, balancing in this position, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka. Inhale through your nose and exhale evenly. Mula Bandha, contracting the pelvic floor. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as Kaundinya Maharishi, embodying luminous intellect and serene devotion, doing the Ekapada Kaundinyasana. वाशिष्ठमतकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमतोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्. Now we are going to come back with our palms nicely placed on the ground, and our toes are going to be relaxed on the mat behind. Looking upwards, nicely bend your back such that your entire gaze is going to be looking upward. Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a poised cobra lifting your chest with alertness and grace. Envision prana coiling upward through your spine like a vigilant serpent, awakening its power in Bhujangasana Dve Purvanga. अभ्यासे चिद्धारय स्तम्भन् जङ्घयाः पादयोरारोह. Now we are going to be repeating Ekapada Kukkutam on the left side, keeping your left palm nicely pressed towards the ground. You can open your palms wide and keep it on the ground so you find the balance. Nicely pressed towards the ground as you slowly shift your weight towards the left palm, lifting off your right leg as it is stretched straight in front of you. Nicely stretch and lift your leg. Balancing yourself in the position as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, where you're contracting the pelvic muscle. When you do that, you will also be able to find that you're able to lift your legs off the ground with more ease. Visualize yourself as a proud rooster, radiant with vibrant comb and feathers in Ekapada Kukkutam. Panchachuli Kukkutam cha Ekapadam cha Kukkutam. Now we are going to be doing Advasana. Nicely lay down flat on the ground with your hands above your head in the Anjali Mudra. We are going to be doing the Shakti Chalana Mudra, where you will be awakening the base energy with steady intent, drawing the prana upward through the spine, doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, continuing to breathe through your nose, exhale and inhale evenly. Mulabandha. Visualize your body as a complete dead physically sinking into the earth, eternal, deep, and with ease in Advasana. Advasanam nama udare shayanaha. Now keep your hands flat next to your shoulders on the ground and push your head into Bhujangasana Uttaranga. Nicely stretch yourself with more, nicely feel more stretch as you do Bhujangasana Uttaranga with your toes now placed firmly on the ground. We will tend to bring our shoulders towards the ears when we do this. Nicely ensure that you stretch in such a way that your shoulder is going to be away from your ears. If you do like this, you will strain your neck. So avoid straining your neck. Nicely keep your shoulders away from your ears. Doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mulabandha. Gaze upward. Visualize yourself as a poised cobra lifting your chest with alertness in Bhujangasana Uttaranga. हस्तद्वयं पार्श्वयोः स्थापयित्वा धनुरिव कुब्जयेत्. Now we are going to be doing the Dridhasana Dve. In Dridhasana Dve, starting with the same lying down position, turn towards the left side with your legs stacked together, taking the support of your elbows. Now keep your head resting on your elbows. Keep your body in one straight line and engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes wide open while gazing outward and awareness resting inside. Continuing to do Samavritti Kumbhaka. Inhale through your nose and exhale evenly. Engaging in Mula Bandha, contracting the pelvic floor muscles and sucking it inward, and doing the Parshva Drishti. You can continue to gaze straight in front of you. Visualize yourself blessed by your guru, becoming completely powerful and deeply grounded in Dridasana. Vichitram nallinam kantam shuddhapakshu mandukam. Now you can lay back onto the ground with your hands parallel to the ground, palms facing down, closer to your entire body, with your leg lifted straight on top, facing upward. Engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing upward. Visualize a steady flow of nourishing energy from your feet back towards your heart in Uttana Padasana. Uttanapadāsanam nama prishte shayanam padau urdhvam prasaraya. Now you can stretch your left foot straight while your right knee comes towards your chest as you hug your right knee, pulling on to the opposite elbows, keeping your kneecap towards your chin, holding your knees in the Parashu Mudra, doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka. Inhale through the nose and exhale evenly, engaging in Jalandhara Bandha as you lift your head up and tucking your chin to the chest. Urdhva Drishti, gazing upward. Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa. Imagine a steady inner fire dissolving stagnation to restore digestive flow and clarity in Ekapara Pavana Muktasana. एकपादपवनमुक्तासनं नाम एकं जानु उदरसमीपं नीत्वा. Now in the same position, just swap the legs towards the other side. Continuing to do, now bring your left leg towards your chest. Nicely hug your left leg, engaging in the Parashu Mudra. Continuing to do the Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Tucking in your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha as you lift your head off the ground. Continue to visualize that the digestive energy is getting empowered inside you. In Ekapada Pavana Muktasana on the other side. Ekapada Pavana Muktasanam Nama Ekam Janu Udara Samipan Nitva. Now we are going to do Kama Pitasana. You can face both your feet such that it is near your hip, facing downwards, and your hand is going to be bent, and your hand is going to be facing upward, and placing your palms on the sole of your feet. Under the soles of your feet, it's going to be placed, and your palms are facing towards the sky. Your palms are going to be kept under your feet, facing towards the sky. Nicely arc your back such that it lifts up. Your entire body is going to go towards the sky. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka, where you're going to be inhaling and exhaling in an even way. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing upward, visualize an inner glow or radiant light emanating from the heart region in Kama Pitasana. Shayanam prati prishte hastau padayo nivashayam. Now you can relax. Now we are doing the Dhrida Uttolanasana. In Dhrida Uttolanasana, you're going to start lying on your back with legs extended and hands holding opposite elbows above your head. Engage your abdomen muscles as you lift your back and the feet off the ground. Only your hip is going to be on the ground. Your legs are going to be straight in front of you, and your hands are going to be there holding on to your the sides of your head. Engage your core muscles. Keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward in Shambhavi Mudra. Inhale through the nose and exhale evenly in Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Gaze upward. Visualize yourself being blessed by your Guru. Feel powerful strength and stability radiating through you in Dhrida Uttolanahasana. धारयित्वा पृष्ठं विस्तार्य चिबुकं दृढम् उत्तोलयेत्. Now place both your hands in a fist and keep it on the ground, keeping your legs also firmly on the ground. As you lift your hip up parallel to the ground, gazing upward, engaging in the Jalandhara Bandha, where you will be tucking in your chin, doing the Samavritti Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a sturdy and stable bridge, your feet and hands firmly rooted in Setu Uttolanahasana. Shigram apurya swasham hanum nipidya kathim uttolayet. Now you can bring your knees to the ground, and your your navel is going to be facing towards the ground as you get on top of your knees. Your body is going to be parallel to the ground. As you press your palm into the mat to distribute the weight evenly and maintain balance, keep your spine long and neck neutral. Engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra Samavritti Kumbhaka Moola Bandha. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize your body strong and steady and unshakable in Hasta Chatushkonasana. Hasta Chatushkonasanam Nama Padastau Samam Stapayitva. Now we are going to engage in Vyagrasana. In Vyagrasana, you're going to bring one knee towards your chin and then arcing your back inward and then kicking your legs out as you arc your back outward. Nicely feel the stretch in the back. You're going to be doing this in a dynamic tiger pose. So you're going to be continuously repeating this while you're bringing it inward, arcing your back towards the inside and then out when you kick your leg back towards the head. Doing the Antarangaka Kumbhaka, quickly and forcefully inhale through the nose. As you kick your leg back, you can inhale through the nose, engaging in the Moola Bandha, Urdhva Drishti. Visualize yourself as a majestic lion, radiant strength and regal authority in Vyagrasana. Vyagrasanam nama karalata janubhyam bhumim sprishan. Now, in the same fixed position with your legs nicely lifted on top, you're going to bend your back, arc your back such that you feel the stretch. Use your core to hold your leg in the same position. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Antarangaka Kumbhaka, where you'll be inhaling forcefully through your nose and doing the Moola Bandha Urdhva Drishti, gazing upward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a majestic tiger, radiant strength and regal authority. Feel the courage and fearlessness of a powerful leader flowing through your being in Vyagrasana Dve. Ardhana Arishwaram Chaite Bakasanam Dharavahe Chandrakanta Saram Vyagrasanam Itaf Param. Now we are going to be repeating the Vyagrasana, the dynamic Vyagrasana on the other side. If you were doing it in the right side, now you can do it in the left side, where you will be bringing your knee towards your chin and arcing your back inward while you forcefully kick your leg back, arcing your back outward, bringing your toes towards your head, continuously doing it in a dynamic motion. Continuing to do the Antarangaka Kumbhaka. When you kick your leg, inhale fast through your nose. Moola Bandha, Urdhva Drishti, gazing upward in continuing to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa in your throat center. Inside, visualize yourself as a majestic tiger, radiant strength, legal authority, and feel the courage and fearlessness of the powerful leader in Vyagrasana. Vyagrasanam nama karartala janubhyam bhumim sprishan. Now, hold yourself in the position, in Vyagrasana position where your legs are towards your head. Just hold over there using your core muscles. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping your eyes open and steady, gazing outside while the awareness is deeply within. Antarangaka Kumbhaka. Inhale quickly and forcefully. Hold the breath for a short while and exhale. Moola Bandha, gaze upward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Doing the Moola Bandha, Urdhva Drishti. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Rotating clockwise at the throat center. Visualize yourself as a majestic lion, radiant strength and regal authority in Vyagrasana. Ardhana Arishwaram Chaite Bakasanam Dharavahe Chandrakantam Sudasaram Vyagrasanam Itaf Param. Come to a kneeling position. Bend your back, holding onto your hips. Arc your back nicely, feeling the stretch. We're doing the Ushtrahasana Purvanga. Nicely feel the stretch as you arch your back. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, where you're going to be contracting the throat as you inhale, making the sound of an ocean in your throat center. Engaging in the Mula Bandha, gazing upward. Visualize yourself as a docile, intelligent, resilient camel thriving in harsh extremes in Ushtrahasana Purvanga. वेगोताय जम्बोपरि प्रविश्य हस्तशिरोभागं पृष्ठतः. Now, in the same position, keeping yourself in the same position with your back arched, slowly bring one hand at a time towards your ankle and arc your back nicely. You can just arc your back in a less stretch. Just hold yourself in this while you're looking upward. In Mula Bandha, continuing to gaze upward. Om Nithyananda Parameshivaham Japa. Visualize yourself as a docile, intelligent, resilient camel thriving in harsh extremes. See the body temperature adapt with the sun, guarding hydration in Ushtrahasana. Langha pada karangushta samyogam purna praveshya katam nihatya skandavakshaya prerayet. Now you can nicely arc your back in the same position. Push your hip forward, keeping your pressure towards the back so that you are balanced, but nicely feel the stretch in Ushtrahasana Uttaranga. Continuing to engage in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, making the ocean-like sound in your throat center. Shambhavi Mudra. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing upward. Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a docile, intelligent, resilient camel thriving in harsh extremes in Ushtrahasana Uttaranga. Vegotaaya janvopari sthitva urdhvakayam samunnamya. Now we are going to be doing Shashasana Dve, where you're going to come to the Gajasana position with your feet flat on the ground and your hands placed firmly on the ground. This is going to be a dynamic pose where you're going to bend your legs such that your hip comes towards your ankle, and then you're going to again straighten your legs, coming to a Gajasana position. So you're going to do this in a repeat. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably, then release through the nose. Doing the Mula Bandha, Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa. Visualize embodying the rabbit's electric alertness and agility in Shashasana Dve. Gajasanasthite Jangu Nishtagavta Punaha Punaha Vaktavyanam. Eshaha Shashasanam Bhavati. Chaturangi Asana. In Chaturangi Asana, start with your hands and leg nicely placed on the ground, toes tucked. Press your palms firmly into the mat to engage your arms. Now draw your belly in to keep your spine straight, lengthen your legs. Place the hands directly under your shoulder for stability and gently lower your entire body towards the ground into the Chaturangi Asana, where your legs are going to be parallel. Your entire body is going to be in a straight line parallel to the ground, but your body is not going to be on the ground. You're going to bend yourself firmly towards the mat, engaging in the Mula Bandha. Please engage in the Mula Bandha so you can hold yourself in the Chaturangi Asana. Visualize your body strong and stable, rooted in unshakable power in Chaturangi Asana. Vichitram nalinam kantham shuddha pakshi sumandakam. Now keep your right hand, twist your entire body towards the right side, keeping your right hand flat on the ground with your elbows also on the ground. You're going to be now getting into a full plank position with your body in a straight line, engaging your core as you rotate your body into one side, stacking your feet and pressing firmly into supporting only the hands which is there on the down. The other hand is going to be holding on to your hip. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a solid, unwavering log balanced on your side in Asavari Asana. मध्यदण्डं तिर्यग्यस्तगात्रं कष्टं च योगिनाम्. Now you can switch your hands where your left hand is going to be on the ground and your right hand towards your hip, continuing to engage in the Mula Bandha, gazing upwards, gazing towards the side upwards, doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a solid unwavering log balanced on your side in Asavari-sana. मध्यदण्डं तिरग्यस्तगात्रं काष्ठं च योगिनीम्. Now we are doing the Hamsasana, bringing both our elbows together, bringing it towards the abdomen region, keeping the hands flat on the ground, all the fingers facing towards the front. Your legs are going to be continuing to remain on the ground. You're just going to keep your body straight, parallel to the ground. Hold yourself in the position. You don't need to lift your legs off the ground. Just hold yourself with your toes continuing to remain on the ground. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor and lifting it upward in Mula Bandha. Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as an elegant, graceful swan in Hamsasana. Vichitram Nallanam Kantham Shuddha Paksham Chamandukam. Now you're going to lift your legs off the ground with your hands facing inward. Your fingers are all going to face towards your body, and you're going to place your elbows towards the abdomen inside, lifting your legs off the ground, keeping your legs together as your knees are wide apart. Doing the Akarita Kukkutasana. Balance on your hands, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing downward. Visualize yourself as a proud rooster, radiant and vibrant comb feather, governed by an inner clock that awakens you with the perfect timing each day in the morning. In Akharita Kukkutasana. Panchachuli Kukkutam cha Ekapadam Kukkutam, Akaritam Bandachuli, Parshva Kukkutameva cha. Now, in the same position, nicely stretch your leg together straight, your whole body parallel to the ground as you balance only on your hands with your fingers pointing towards you, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha. Gaze downward, visualize yourself as a radiant, proud peacock. Your vigilant plumage shimmers with every color of the rainbow in Mayurahasana 3. लाङ्गदृढं करयुग्मं जाह्नवीमुखनाखग्रहे नाखाग्रैः प्रसर्ताप्य. Now you can rest your body to the ground, keeping your hands under your stomach facing upward, under your torso facing upward. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bhadda. In Sahaja Kumbhaka, you'll be inhaling deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably and release the nose, release the breath through the nose. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing downward, visualize the body as a lifeless form resting on the earth in Advasana Dve. Advasana. Now you're going to stretch your hands, keeping it facing downward under your thighs as you lift your thighs along with your leg off the ground, balancing yourself. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Now you'll be gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a resilient adaptive locus alone. You're patient and grounded, but when you join others in unity, your energy transforms into an unstoppable movement and collective power in Shalabhasana Dve. Adho Mukham Shayitva Shibukam Bhumau Nibhaddham. Now bend your legs such that your heels are going to come towards the ground in Vikakudasana. Holding on to your feet, pushing it towards the ground, doing the Shambhavi Mudra. You'll be engaging in the Samana Kumbhaka, where you inhale deeply, visualize the heat flames rising up along the spine, maintain awareness of the heat, the digestive fire at the navel center, and hold the breath as long as you're comfortable and release. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing straight, Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Dipa, visualize the two humps of the camel stored um, stored reserves of enabling calm, confident travel through the vast deserts without panic in Dvikakudasana. Dvikakudasana. Now, continuing to hold on to your feet, we'll be doing the Dhanurasana Chatur Purvanga, where you're going to hold on to your feet, arch your back, pulling your legs up as you bend your back. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, keep the eyes open and steady while your awareness rests within. Continuing to do the Samana Kumbhaka, feel the heat inside, holding your breath, feeling the digestive fire. Mula Bandha, Urdhva Drishti, gazing upward, visualize yourself as a powerful, full drawn bow drawn by Shiva, Paramashiva himself in Dhanuhasana Chatur Purvanga. करद्वयं विपरीतं गुल्पद्वयं दृढं कृत्वा पूर्णश्वासेदलोनेन कायं सञ्चलयेत् व्यायामं कुर्यात्. Now arch your back even more into Dhanurasana, where you're fully stretching your back, holding onto your hands, holding onto your leg and pulling it upward. Nicely do this asana. This is Dhanurasana. Visualize yourself as a powerful, full drawn bow by Paramashiva himself. Continuing to engage in Mula Bandha, Samana Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Dhanurasana. So you're going to be holding on to your toes, twisting your elbows from inside and holding on to your toes from above you. Get onto your stomach, holding on to your toes. as you twist your elbows, bringing it from up outside, facing your elbows upward, doing the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka, Bandha, gazing upward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a powerful, full drawn bow drawn by Paramashiva himself and ready to launch in Dhanurasana Uttaranga. कक्षा कक्षा कक्षामार्गे निहत्स्तं कर्पपादाङ्गुष्ठयोगिनम्. Now you can bring yourself relax and bring yourself to a kneeling position. If you're having a deep stretch in your back after doing Dhanurasana Purvanga, you can also take this as a chance to nicely arc your back, feeling the back stretch in a counter pose. Yes. Now you can come back to a normal position. Visualize yourself as a fierce and brilliant thunderbolt as you sit yourself in Vajrachalanasana, where you'll be doing the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a fierce and brilliant thunderbolt, a flash of divine power and unstoppable force in Vajrachalanasana. Vajrachalanasana Nama Vajranatha Nabhim Chalayani. Now you can hold on to your hands in a fist behind you. Thread your body gently through the arms and create a ringing motion by squeezing and releasing the torso. Keep the shoulders engaged and open. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply, visualizing the flames rising up along the spine. Feel the digestive power. Hold your breath and exhale. Mula Bandha. Move your visualize stagnant tamasic energy being released from the tips of your fingers as you nicely feel the stretch. Hastadvayasya हस्तद्वयस्य अङ्गुलिः बद्ध्वा सर्वदेहं भूमौ बाहुमध्ये निष्कास्य विमर्दनम्. Now we are doing the Tritiya asana. This is an inverted asana, as you'll be completely parallel. You're going to be upside down. So take the support of a wall, and if you're a female body in your monthly cycle, refrain from doing this asana. Doing the Tithirya asana, where you're going to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing straight. Visualize yourself as a vigilant, red wattled lopwing in Tithirya asana. काकासनं कृत्वा उरुनां पिञ्जरयोः सन्निवर्षयन्. Now you can place your hands on the ground, your elbows on the ground, your palms on the ground, while your chest is going to be lifted up off the ground. Your head is not going to be on the ground. Your leg is your entire body is going to be straight. This is also an inverted asana, so if you're a female body in monthly cycle, you can refrain from doing this. Balance your body straight, engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gazing downward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Rotating clockwise in the throat center, visualize yourself as a resilient adaptive locust in Shalabhasana Purvanga. Janutala Bhujatala करतलैः भूमौ दृढं निधाय Vrishikasana dve, in the same position with your entire body, where you're there on the elbows and you're kicking your legs up. Now you're going to be bringing your leg towards your head. Balancing on your arms in the same position. Doing the Samana Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha, gazing downward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, rotating clockwise in the throat center. Visualize yourself as a fierce, resilient scorpion. You're highly flexible and segmented tall, and your spine is able to bend in Vrishikasana Dve. Vrishikasanam Nama Shirasanataihi Padau Prishta Shirasi Nama Yitva. Next, we are going to be doing the Dardurasanam. In the Dardurasanam, you are going to spread your legs behind. In Dardurasanam, you're going to spread your legs behind you, bringing your hands, elbows on the ground, interlocked in Manduka Mudra, where you'll be closing your mouth and subtly more than tongue root, you're going to be inhaling through your tongue and doing the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply, visualizing heat flames rising up along the spine. Maintain awareness as the heat of the digestive fire, you're able to feel it in the navel center. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing downward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, rotating clockwise in your throat center. Visualize the qualities of rabbit: lightness, alertness, and agility in your manifesting in yourself in Dardurasanam. Karumasanamapi Shreshtham Dardurasanamuchyate. Now we are doing the gecko pose, the Swalikasana. You're going to keep your elbows flat on the ground, your hands flat on the ground. As you bring your right leg above your shoulder, placing your entire body on the ground, feeling the stretch. Your hip is opening, your entire legs are opening up in this asana. Feel the stretch nicely. Keep your hands nicely on the ground. Feel the stretch. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, engaging in the Mula Bandha, gazing downward. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa, rotating clockwise at the throat center. Visualize yourself low in the ground like a gecko, body close and alert in Shwalikasana. Dakshapadam cha Vamorumule Vinasya Tarpadam. Now we are doing the Shwalikasana on the other side, the gecko pose on the other side. Now you can bring your left leg forward as you nicely stretch yourself. Visualize yourself low to the ground like a gecko, body close and alert. Feel the primal. Continue to do the Mula Bandha, gazing downward in Shwalikasana. Dakshapadam cha Vamor Mule Vinnasya Tarpadam. Now you can come to the Gajasana position, where we'll be doing the Vyagrahasana Purvanga. You can keep your legs flat on the ground, hands flat on the ground, lifting your hip up, continuing to do the Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Shambhavi Mudra, gazing downwards. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa in the inner space in Vyagrahasana Purvanga. Visualize yourself as a powerful, stealthy tiger roaming the jungle in Vyagrahasana. मूर्धानुं भूमौ निहत्य संकोच कुंभकं समाचरेत्. Vyagrahasana, the tiger pose now, where you're going to bend forward, your head is going to look upward towards the sky. Put your entire weight towards the front, doing the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka, where you'll be inhaling deeply through the nose. Hold the breath comfortably and release through the nose. In Mula Bandha, where you'll be contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward. Om Nithyananda Parameshivaham Japa. Visualize yourself as a powerful, stealthy tiger roaming the jungle. Your muscular body moves the fluid strength and silent precision in Vyagrahasana. द्विचेदुत्थितपादतला करतलैः स्थिरः. Now, in the same position, you will be lifting onto your toes. You can now lift the heels off, bringing your tip of your toes to the ground as you look up. Bring your entire weight towards the front. Nicely hold yourself in this position, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a powerful, stealthy tiger roaming the jungle. Your muscular body moves with fluid strength and silent precision in Vyagrahasana Uttaranga. स्थानपृष्ठं व्यज्य ऊर्ध्वङ्गघ्रि पुरस्तात् प्रसार्य. Now you can kick your legs off the ground, getting into the handstand position. Requesting all the viewers to do this asana very carefully, and if you're in your monthly cycle, you do not need to do this asana. Lift your legs off, kicking it. So if you're doing it with the support of the wall, you can kick your legs with such force that your legs land directly on the wall. Balance straight on your hands. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing downwards. Visualize yourself as a vibrant wheel of spinning energy in Chakrasana Trini Purvanga. Continue to balance on your hands. Chakranghra Uttalyo Shirshedha Dhridataya Nidhaya. Now we are doing Shalabhasana Trini Uttaranga. In the same pose, you're going to arch your back such that your back is bending slightly, your legs are also curving up, your body is curving up. When you're continuing to stand, balancing on your hand, do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gaze downward. Doing the Japa Om Nithyananda Parameshivaham. Visualize yourself as a fierce, resilient scorpion. You're highly flexible and segment and tall, with your spine able to bend in Shalabhasana Trini Uttaranga. भुजद्वयं प्रसार्य शिरः पादौ पृष्ठेऽग्रे च विक्षिपेत्. पूर्णस्वविसर्गौ सप्तधा कृत्वा धैर्येण तिष्ठेत्. Now you can come to a comfortable seated position on the knees with your legs crossed behind you. Keeping your hands in the Bindu Mudra, where your index and thumb are joined together, placed on top of your knees, sitting straight with your knees on the ground, with your leg crossed behind you. Kevala Kumbhaka, allow your breath to pause naturally and observe without forcing anything, neither inhaling nor exhaling, just observe. Doing the Udhyana Bandha, where you draw the abdomen inward towards the spine. Visualize yourself quietly drawing into the inner sanctuary, protected from the outside world in Guptasana Dve. Siddham Padmam Tatha Simham Bhadram Vajram Cha Muktakam. Now in the same position, bring your hands towards your hip. Doing the Manduki Mudra, where you'll be closing the mouth and subtly moving the tongue root, savoring the inner nectar. Doing the Kevala Kumbhaka, allowing the breath to pause naturally. Mula Bandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a calm, grounded frog sitting peacefully at the water edge in Mandukasana Pancha. पार्श्वयोः च अङ्गुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशेत् जानुयुग्मं पुरस्कृत्य साधयेन्मण्डुकासनम्. Now we're doing the Uttana Mandukasana, where you're going to cross your hands above your head and laying flat on the ground. Your back is going to be on the ground lying down. Continuing to do the Manduki Mudra, close the mouth and subtly move the tongue root, savoring the inner nectar. Kevala Kumbhaka, allow your breath to pause naturally. In Mula Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, doing the Urdhva Drishti, gazing upward. Visualize yourself as a reclining frog resting in deep surrender with ease in Uttana Mandukasana. This is going to be a lying down position with your hands clapped above your head. Just stay in the position. Doing the Mandukasana, Uttana Mandukasana. Mandukasana madhyastam purparabhyamritam shiraha etadbhekavaduttanam etaduttanam mandukam. Now in the same lying down position, keep your hands straight above you, hands stacked above you, one on top of each other. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Gazing upward, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself as a sacred conch, the throne of Devi Parvati in the mountain, who's the mountain goddess in Paryankasana Dve. Uruyugmam Mula Pitam Janghe Asilya Parvati. Now you can come to a seated position where your knees are going to be kept a little bit wide apart and your hands are going to be holding below your ankle onto the ankles. You're going to be doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka. Draw the breath upward from the navel to the heart, then perform the Udhyana Bandha. Then after you do the Udhyana Bandha, slowly bring your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha. Hold the breath along the um, along the thing, and then you're going to release. So the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka is a very unique pranayama where you'll be doing it along with the bandha. First, you're going to inhale, draw the breath upward from the navel, and then do the Udhyana Bandha. Then doing the Jalandhara Bandha, hold the breath and then release. Doing the Mahamudra Bandha, gazing towards your third eye, visualize yourself as a living temple of bliss in Ananda Mandirasana. Ananda Mandirasana. Now we are doing the Sankochasana. In Sankochasana, you're going to continue to be in the kneeling position where you're going to be in the same position. You're crossing your hands behind your back and reaching for the big toes behind you, holding steadily onto the big toes. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, continuing to do the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka, getting into the Udhyana Bandha, and then doing the Mula Bandha. Gazing towards your nose, visualize all scattered energy being drawn inward as if loose threads are being gathered into one strong cord at your center in Sankochasana. Sankochasana. Now you can bring your knees together, keeping your back onto your heel, sitting with your back, head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Vayu Bandhasana, keeping your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra, keeping your index and thumb joined together, placing it on your knees. Continuing to do the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka, where you're entering into the Udhyana Bandha and Mahamudra Bandha along with the breath, doing the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize yourself embodying the gentle flow and limitless movement of wind in Vayu Bandhasana. Padau Nitambal Simpenas Padau Nitambasam Mipenasya Janubhyam Avashtabhyam. Next, you're going to do the Nagendrasana, getting off onto your knees, kneeling onto your knees, keeping your hands in front of your heart center in Namaskara Mudra, continuing to do the Kritishreshta Kumbhaka. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize the serpent king upright, alert, and completely still, conserving power without aggression in Nagendrasana. Nagendrasana. Now you can come back to a kneeling position with your toes tucked, keeping your knees towards the ground, doing the Deva Guru Vandanasana, where you're going to be holding your hands in the Namaskara Mudra, Kritishreshta Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, radiating divine effulgence in Deva Guru Vandanasana. पादाग्रजानुभ्यां भूमौ स्थित्वा सम्यग् अरिहन्त गुरुंस्तु नमस्येत्. The next asana is Swadhyayasana, the self-study pose. In Swadhyayasana, you're going to now lift in the same position, your knees off the ground, keeping your hands in the Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. Kritishreshta Kumbhaka, where you're going to be slowly getting into the Udhyana Bandha as you breathe from your navel center inwards and then entering into the Jalandhara Bandha firmly to retain the breath along the Dunar path. Doing the Mahamudra Bandha as you're doing the pranayama. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize and bring your attention inward like a quiet observer watching the mind without judgment in Swadhyayasana. Swadhyayasana. Next, we are doing the Vishankasana, where you are going to be balancing on top of your toes with your knees spread wide apart, your hands kept facing upwards on top of your knees, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kritishreshta Kumbhaka Mulabandha, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize restraints gently falling away from within. Remember to do the Kritishreshta Kumbhaka, sucking your stomach as you inhale from your stomach, and then do the Jalandhara Bandha in Vishankasana. Vishankasana. Now we are doing the Panchanga Namaskarasana. Your toes are going to be tucked in. Only your toes, your knees, and your forehead is going to be on the ground. The rest of your body is going to be off the ground. You're going to keep your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest, your forehead on the ground, your knees on the ground, and your toes on the ground. Continuing to do the Kritishreshta Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, gazing downward. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Parameshwara, radiating divine effulgence as you do the Panchanga Namaskarasana, where 5 parts of your body is being placed on the ground and you are doing the Namaskaram to Swamiji. Ubayor pada yoragram, ubayor janunostatha. Now we are doing Maralasana. In Maralasana, you can come to pose in which you're almost in the Mayurasana position, where you're in a plank position, keeping your hands stably on the ground. You're going to be balancing, leaning forward and placing your palms on the floor, fingers facing straight and ahead with the toes tucked. Your core, keeping your hands on the core, using the core and holding yourself there. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Samavritti Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale evenly. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing downward. Visualize yourself as an elegant, graceful swan in Maralasana. 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 Now you're going to be doing Mayurasana, Trini Purvanga, where you're going to be nicely lifting your legs such it is facing completely towards the sky. You're going to be lifting your leg in Mayurasana completely towards the sky, doing the Mayurasana Trini Purvanga. Find the balance. Hold yourself such that your whole weight is coming towards the front, so you're able to hold yourself on the air. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra Samavritti Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. When you do the Mula Bandha, it's very important. When you do the Mula Bandha, you'll be able to hold the asana. Visualize Magnificent peacock spreading its feathers in full display in Mayurasana Trini. Vyomavalapitas shiraf prishtam protsarya. Now you can bring your leg from lifted position to a parallel position, keeping your body straight in Mayurasana Trini Uttaranga. You're going to be doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka, Mulabandha, Nasagriya Drishti, where you're going to be gazing towards your nose. Visualize a magnificent peacock spreading the feathers in full display in Mayurasana Trini Uttaranga. Mayurasanam nama karatalau nabhi sammeepe stapayitva. Now we are going to be doing the Mayurasana Chatur. In Mayurasana Chatur Uttaranga, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be bending our right leg forward and doing the Mayurasana with one leg stretched. So you're going to keep your leg on top of your one leg on top of your opposite leg, and then one more on top of the hip. Lift the leg and balance in Mayurasana Chatur Uttaranga. Continuing to do the Moola Bandha. Samavritti Kumbhaka Shambhavi Mudra. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Japa. Visualize a magnificent peacock spreading the feathers in full display in Mayurasana Chatur Uttaranga Dve. Vamaya pravartayitva dakshinam cha pravartayet. Now we are going to be repeating the Mayurasana Chatur Uttaranga Dve on the other side, bringing your left leg, bending your left leg inside, keeping your elbows on top of the left leg, left shin, and the right elbow on top of your abdomen, and lifting off the ground. You can nicely bend your leg, keeping your elbows facing each other. Now lift your legs off the ground in Mayurasana Chatur Uttaranga. Visualize yourself as a magnificent peacock. Vamaya pravartayitva dakshinam cha pravartayet. Now we are entering into our last asana, Shavasana Chatwari. In Shavasana Chatwari, you can lay flat on the ground with your legs together, hands together, touching towards your thigh, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka. Allow the breath to pass normally, doing the Moola Bandha. Visualize your body as a sacred offering to death, surrendering reverently. Breath flows gently, merging into silent waves in Shavasana Chatwari. Shavarupam swadeham tu samvibhaya sushumbhramam. Now slowly move your toes, ankles, palms, fingers as you lift yourself. Lift your knees towards your chest. Twist and sit up, upright. Congratulations to all of you. We have now completed asana 600 to 700. So if you have been joining us for everyday Nithyananda Yoga, you would have now you have completed the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. Tritiya Vinyasa Krama and entering into the Chaturtha Vinyasa Krama. Request all of you to join back with us tomorrow for the live session again, so we are able to complete the Chaturtha Vinyasa Krama. With this, we will now be concluding the session with the Purna Mantra. Before that, I would also like to invite all of you to come and join the Paramashiva Sena program. In the Paramashiva Sena program, you will be getting direct guidance from the Acharyas for you to be able to do the asanas comfortably and enter into the practice it with direct supervision. So, with this, we can conclude the session with the Purna Mantra. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ Nithyanandam. Thank you everyone. Nithyanandam. Request all of you to please offer your gratitude at the lotus feet of Swamiji by bowing down to Swamiji. Thank you, Nithyanandam.